Coronation Street spoilers, kidnapping horror ends as Johnny Connor is caught by the police. Johnny's troubles all came to a head tonight in Coronation Street, as the police caught up with him after he kidnapped baby Susie. Liz was listening to Eva's tearful statement on the radio when Johnny stirred. She told him that he couldn't keep up life as a fugitive, but Johnny refused to listen. He left to buy nappies and supplies for Susie but was soon spotted out and about. Eva was distraught when the police arrived to say that Johnny had been seen but that Susie was not with him. Eva became convinced that Susie had been left alone. It was Toyah who suggested that someone was helping Johnny. At the same time Steve was fretting, as his mum had been out all night and was not answering her phone. He knew that she was with Johnny. A stone-faced Jenny had come to the same conclusion. She explained to the police and Eva that she'd given Johnny's medication to Liz but hadn't heard from Liz since the previous night. Johnny was struggling as baby Susie kept crying, despite his best efforts. He told Liz that he couldn't raise Susie alone and needed Liz. He explained that he wanted to run away with Liz to Spain, where they could raise baby Susie together. Johnny pleaded with Liz to take one last chance on love. Liz beamed as he leaned in to kiss her. But Johnny's fantasy imploded. He looked out of the window and saw police cars outside. As he turned and looked at Liz, Johnny realized that she'd called the police. Despite Liz's pleading, Johnny bolted. It was a joyous moment for Eva, who wept as she was reunited with baby Susie. Liz insisted during an interview with the police that it was Johnny's idea to make the call and return Susie. The officer didn't look convinced and Liz's day only got worse from there. When she returned from the hotel, Liz was met by Jenny. Johnny's wife demanded to know if Liz and Johnny were having an affair. Why else would Johnny call Liz? But Liz was saved from the awkward questions by a phone call for Jenny. The police had discovered Johnny, unconscious by the canal. When Jenny saw Johnny in a hospital bed, she told Liz to forget their earlier conversation. Jenny said that she knew Johnny would never cheat on her. Liz could only be silent in response. Later Liz insisted to an exasperated Steve that she loved Johnny. Meanwhile Eva was enraged when Toyah showed some sympathy for Johnny. A dejected Eva also realized that the situation could never end. Johnny would never give up on Susie. At the hospital Jenny went to speak to Johnny. She seemed braced for him to leave her. Yet Johnny told Jenny that he'd thought he was dying when he collapsed and knew now that he loved her. Jenny wept tears of relief in response. But what about Liz? When Liz slipped in to see Johnny, it was clear he was furious at her for turning him in. She insisted that he loved her but Johnny told Liz not to flatter herself. He wanted to be with his family, not Liz. A devastated Liz walked away, but will she tell Jenny about her night with Johnny and Johnny's offer to run away? And as the police circled Johnny, will he be put behind bars?